welcome to the last video in my coloring book collection series. My name is Lauren, and in this video I'll be showing you all of the books that I have that are related to some sort of popular culture theme. So A Court of Thorns of Roses, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, and so on. So let's get started. The first book that I have is A Court of Thorns and Roses. This is actually the book that started my coloring journey. I was reading the second book, I think, A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas, and I was in my local bookstore and saw this coloring book on the shelf. So I decided to get it and some cheap pencils and give it a go. And the next thing I knew, I was down the coloring rabbit hole, finding Instagram and YouTube, and the rest is, as we say, history. Anyway, so I've colored a few pages in this book, including the first page of Feyre. I originally colored this with my cheap budget pencils, which I no longer own. And then later on, I went back and did shading once I'd learned more about shading from YouTube, and used Inktense pencils to create the background and some of the other elements. And I darkened up her tattoo. Then I colored this one again with the budget pencils, and then later on went over it once I learned about applying Posca and shading on snow, and added more shading on her jacket and the deer and the wolf. And then this one again, more shading once I got Inktense pencils in the background and on the wolf, and more Posca and more wood grain. And so I definitely improved once I found all the fabulous colorists on YouTube and in Instagram. This one is an older one where I did not yet update it with any other mediums. So you can see that my technique has definitely improved over time. I've been considering purchasing a new copy of this book and starting over because I've removed the pages and I'm kind of upset about that. And this one is a more recent one after I'd learned some techniques, and I'm quite pleased with my fireplace. This is all done with Prismacolor pencils. If I had to do this again, I might change the color palette. Okay, and that's the last one that I've actually colored, but there are a couple that I am interested in coloring, including this one of Feyre and Tamlin during the tournament. I think that's what it was, a tournament, or a test for Feyre. I can't remember. I have to read that series again. It's been quite a while and I can't remember it as well as I would like. I also like this page of Rhysand and Feyre, and I love her dress and his uniform and the wings. Yeah, a lovely page. And another one is this one. This one always makes me smile, how she's got her shoe and she's about to hit him with it. They have such a great dynamic. So this would be an interesting page to color because it's possible to do this dress as an overdress. So you could have the color underneath and then like a gauzy film on top. So that would be an interesting way to color this page. And then I like this page as well. So we have, this is from A Court of Mist and Fury, which is the last book I read. I didn't read after that because I have this thing about waiting for new installments of series. I hate waiting a year between books, and for this series it's been more than a year. And I've decided I'm waiting until she finishes the series, which she might not because I think it's stalled. Anyway, I digress. So I really want to color this page. I can't remember the characters' names because, as I said, it's been a while, but I like the uniforms and the wings, and it's a lovely page to color. So yeah, those are the pages that I've colored and want to color in A Court of Thorns and Roses. The next book I have is Throne of Glass coloring book, also by Sarah J. Maas. And ironically, this is a series that I did finish reading, and yet I haven't colored any of the pages in the coloring book. So I really want to get to it because it is a fabulous opportunity to color male figures and clothing, both of which are themes that I haven't colored enough of and I need to work on. So here we have Selena and her cape and sword and the village in the background. This paper is also fabulous. Yes, and it would work with any mediums, but watercolor would work great with it. And another one I want to do is this one. Again, an opportunity to color a cape, a see-through cape, a transparent cape, and clothing with folds. And then also lots of fruit, which I do like coloring. And then again, another male figure. Yes, I think it's Rowan, that's his name. And again, capes and clothing with folds, and yes, belts and buckles. Also lots of things to work on coloring. And then you've got this smoky, misty background here, or foreground. Background here, foreground here. And here, 3 male figures with all of their clothing. So again, a good opportunity to color folds. I really need to practice those. It's one of my weak points. Okay, so about time I started coloring in this book. Next, we have a Game of Thrones coloring book. This is both a TV show that I've read and a book series that I've read, and a coloring book that I've colored in quite a bit. I really love the artwork in this book, and some of it, if I remember correctly, is by Tomislav Tomic. Here at the back, it gives you the artists' names. Okay, and one of them is Tomislav Tomic. I have his book Spokjesbos, and which is also known as Vinansan, and so it's nice to have some of his other artwork in this book. Okay, so some of the pages that I've already colored. This is the most recent one. As I said, the paper in this book is really good, and it takes water mediums quite well. So I have in the background, it's Inktense, and then Castle Arts 120 pencils on top. Here also Inktense, just Inktense, no pencil, because I felt the Inktense did a great job. And then here I have, I think that if I remember correctly, it's Derwent drawing pencils for the fish and the waves and the banner and the highlights on the filigree. Yeah, I'm really happy with that page. I'm going to color more of these coat of arms pages because they're quick and fun. Okay, another one that I've done is this one. It's Dario Naharis. Okay, so here it's watercolor in the background and polychromos pencils on top. So yeah, I really love how that came out. And then another one that I've done is this one, the Veil of Aaron, yes. And here it's Inktense, based with Inktense, and then it is Castle Arts 120 on top and some Posca, and some more Posca. I like the way my fire came out and my horse and these purple mountains. I really like this page. And the next one I did, this was actually the first one that I did in this book. It's watercolor and Inktense. So the sea is watercolor, the mountains and the castle are Inktense, and the sky is watercolor, and then it is Derwent color soft pencils on top. I added in this emblem onto the boats. It wasn't in the original illustration. Okay. And then this is my favorite page in the book, the dragons. So again, it's watercolor in the background and here at the top, and then it's based with Inktense and colored pencils on top of the dragons. And I even think that I have some shiny metallic paints as well. So this is my favorite page that I've colored in this book. And one more is this one. Here we have the gargoyle and the ravens. So the background is Neocolor 2s, and then everything else is Prismacolors. So it's Prismacolors for the gargoyle and the village beneath it. Yes, so I love this book, and I really want to color more in it. So I'll show you some pages that I'm interested in coloring. I'd like to color this coat of arms, the coat of arms of House Tyrell, and it reminds me of the emblem of the Tudor Rose. So after the War of the Roses in England, between the houses of York and Lancaster, when they merged together through marriage, it created the Tudor Rose, and I'd like to color it with that theme in mind. Another one that I want to do is Cersei. Yes, the queen. And yeah, I see this dress in blues and the owls in grays and browns, and her blonde hair. So yeah, she's such a mean woman, but she's beautiful. And another one I want to do is Sansa and her wolf, whose name, if I remember correctly, was Lady. So I've seen some beautiful versions of this page done with watercolor, and that's the direction that I'm going in. A nighttime scene with a blazing brazier here and here in the background, and then blues and silvers for Sansa's cloak and dress, and a white wolf, I think. Was Lady white? She might have been white with gray and black. I'll have to look that up. And then we have Sir Loras. So I see this as a spring page with all the flowers and perhaps green armor or gray armor with a greenish tint to it, and blonde hair and golden tassel. So yes, I see that for that page. And then we have Khal Drogo, the ruler of the Dothraki, on his horse. So coloring horses is not easy. It's not always easy to tell where the shading should go, but here the artist has given us the shading on the horse, so that will make it easier. And I'm thinking sunset sky. Yeah, so I really enjoy coloring in this book, and it's one of the books that I've colored in quite a bit. Next, I have the Mouse Guard coloring book by David Peterson. This is based on the graphic novel series of the same name and the same author, and I love these mice warriors. As far as I know, this book is no longer in print, and it's very difficult to get them, and so I'm so pleased that I was able to get a copy a few years ago. I've colored 3 pages in it. The paper in this book is really thick. It's almost cardstock, and nevertheless it's also quite smooth. So I basically use water mediums to give the paper a bit more tooth, and then pencil on top. So the first one that I've colored is this one. This mouse's name is Gwendolyn. Yeah, I based it with watercolor pencils, Faber-Castell Aqua Grip, and then it is Polychromos pencils on top. I actually copied this color scheme from the original artwork, which I found on David Peterson's website. Another one that I've done is this one, the Toad Rider, I think it's called. So we have this toad or frog, and then we have the mouse warrior who is riding on it. I followed a tutorial by Color and Chat with Sammy for this page. And another one that I've done very recently is this one. Last year, I did it last year. It's this one. It is this little mouse and his shield and the dandelions. So again, I've got watercolor pencils in the background, Inktense for the straw and the rock and the leaves, and then it's Polychromos pencils for the mouse and for shading everywhere else. So some pages I'd like to color in this book are this double page spread of, I think that it might be a ferret, this creature. At first I thought it was a dog, perhaps a King Charles Spaniel, but the more I've looked at it, the more I think it's actually a ferret. And then we have this warrior with his sword and his cape. The line art in this book is quite dark, and so these black areas I would go over with indigo blue to make the black stand out a bit more. And I also like this page, the stained glass mice. So each one of the mice in its own stained glass window with their names, and each one is slightly different. They are warrior priests, sort of like the Knights Templar. So I like that. And another one I really like is this warrior on the bird and the lance. Yes, very medieval. And then this one is absolutely adorable. So we have the mouse family. So the father mouse, the mother mouse, the baby mouse, and the cradle. I really love this page. And the baby's name is Rex. So cute. And yes, there's one more that I want to do, and it's this one, the minstrel mouse. So on the one hand, we have the minstrel mouse with their, I think it's a viola. Yes, a viola. And then, of course, there's this mace, because we cannot forget that the minstrel mouse is still a warrior. I like that, the juxtaposition of music and combat. Yeah, I love this book. Okay, so that's Mouse Guard by David Peterson. Okay, next up we have Harry Potter Watercolor Magic. This is a book published by The Wizarding World, and the name of the artist is Tuxi Adwar. I hope I'm not mispronouncing that. And this is a watercolor workbook. So the book in the beginning has a table of contents for each page, and then a color palette, and then some tools, and then it's got instructions on how to paint each of the images in the book. So basically you have the image, and the pages can actually be torn out and framed. On one side you have the name of the page, and on the other, the page to be painted. It's all on watercolor paper, and each of the images is a single image on this paper, so you could basically add elements to the page as well, which I will definitely be doing. And so if anyone is interested in a flip through of this book, let me know. Oh, it's the Marauders map. Anyway, let me know, and I would be happy to do one on the channel. So that's Harry Potter Watercolor Magic. And last but not least, we have some books from the Nebulous Stars series. I found these books in my local art store, and there's a coloring book and also watercolor sets. I know they're meant for children, but I like the images, and I thought that I would give them a try. So I will show you some of them. Let's put those to a side. Okay, so this is a set of metallic watercolors with a nice water brush, and then you have the images on black cardstock. So it's really thick black cardstock, and so it's meant to be painted with the watercolor paints. So there's some really sweet images here, and they're actually not that simple. They're quite intricate. So yeah, like look at this one. She's sitting with a bowl of fruit. So not that easy to color, and I like that it comes in this cute little box. And yeah, let's do this one. This one is very similar, also watercolor, also in this box set, only this time it comes with watercolor pencils, a paintbrush, a watercolor brush, and then the pages are grayscale, and they are on also watercolor paper, very thick. Yeah, I love these girls with the huge eyes. This is a really good book to practice doing portraits in. So they have names, and the shape, because it's grayscale, the shading is already in. And these cute little creatures are so adorable. So I really like this concept of the whole set together. Again, if anybody is interested in a flip through, let me know and I will do one. And then there's also a coloring book. So same same idea. You've got the Nebulous Stars, 60 pages of colorings, and it's all the different girls and their familiars, I would say. So this one is just a regular coloring book. And yes, you've got the flautist. So they're really nice pages. And the paper is quite, actually this paper is not as thick. So it's good quality. It's not as thin as Amazon paper, but say not as thick as Hannah Carlson's paper. Oh, such a cute little cat-like creature. Anyway, so I also have this one. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you would like a flip through. Okay, so this completes my coloring book collection. I have, I think, 10 videos in the series, so if you're interested, you can go back and watch some of them. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like the channel, please consider subscribing, and I will see you soon with more and different videos. Bye!